Hello and welcome everybody. In this video we'll show you some mistakes that ruin first impressions. Everyone has experienced discomfort when meeting someone for the first time at some point in life. It could be a job interview that you desperately want to ace, or meeting new acquaintance at a party. While the odd awkward moment in such situation can be forgiven, there are few mistakes that can truly sour the first impression you give. At the end of the day, when trying to make personal or professional connections, first impressions do count. These 7 mistakes behavior that I will show you can ruin the first interaction in an instant. Keep watching the whole video and don't skip any important part of it. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive all our news. 1. Giving a weak handshake. We wouldn't say you need to crush the other person's hand with a forceful grip, but when meeting someone for the first time, you want to make sure your handshake isn't too weak either. A weak or limp dead fish grip makes you appear cold and disinterested, whereas a firm handshake conveys confidence. That being said, it is also advised to avoid clasping the other person's hand with both of your hands, as that's an action that expresses dominance. Of course, it's best to keep these tips for the post-pandemic times when handshakes will be acceptable again. 2. Avoiding eye contact. Eye contact has its place in just about in any social interaction, so it's no surprise that it plays an important role in making good first impressions. When meeting new people, our nerves tend to go into overdrive. We overthink and get embraced way more than we would with close friends, which can give a huge effect on our body language. Eye contact is usually one of the first things to fall by the wayside. When we feel intimidated or insecure, it can be incredibly difficult to maintain eye contact with another person. By staring at the ceiling, the floor, or any other place, you are telling the person how uncomfortable you are. And when you are comfortable, they are uncomfortable. 3. Be open and confident. Not being open and confident can ruin your first impressions. When it comes to making a good first impression, body language can often speak louder than words. Use your body language to project appropriate confidence and self-assurance. Stand tall, smile of course, make an eye contact, greet with a firm handshake. All of this will help you to project confidence and encourage both you and the other person to feel more at ease. 4. Oversharing. You may think that offering a plethora of personal information about yourself is a good icebreaker, but etiquette and communication experts explain that the opposite is true. At the end of the day, the conversation is not about introducing yourself, but also about getting to know the other person. You wouldn't want them to leave the interaction feeling like it was a one-sided series of anecdotes about you when they didn't get the chance to speak. Moreover, a social desirability bias may lead you to ascribe positive traits to people you don't actually know well. That doesn't mean they actually possess them, and they can be trusted. If you expose very personal details from the get-go, you risk coming off as gullible or immature. 5. Not being yourself. Yes, making a good first impression does mean you need to fit in to some degree, but it doesn't mean losing yourself or pretending to be someone you are not. The best way to create a good impression is by being your authentic self. Doing this will make you feel more confident, help you to build trust, and earn the respect and integrity from the people you meet. 6. Speaking badly of someone. Whether you are at a job interview and are being asked about a previous employer or casually meeting someone with whom you have a mutual acquaintance, always avoid speaking badly about them. Bad-mouthing someone else when you don't know your conversation partner will reflect badly on you. According to some research, bad-mouthing is guaranteed to backfire because it comes off as rude, and you can't know if your conversation partner is personally connected to the people you are talking about. 7. You don't ask questions. Does bragging help or hurt your first impression? You don't make a positive impressions by explaining why you are great. You make a positive impression by forming a connection with someone. Make an effort to learn about them. Take an interest in their job, their passions, and their dreams. If you want to make a great first impression, ask plenty of questions. 8. You only talk about yourself. You spend too much talking about yourself. Many people do this without ever realizing it. You may steer the entire conversation towards your life. Conversations are a two-way street. If you are always focused on yourself, it isn't fun or fair to the other person. It's okay to talk about yourself sometimes, but every conversation should go both ways. 9. You complain too much. No one wants to be around unpleasant people, but if you keep complaining, you might find your peers adopting these negative habits as well. Listening to someone complain makes you more likely to be negative as well, which can just perpetuate the desire to release all those unhappy thoughts. As they say, birds of a feather tend to flock together. So if you want more positivity, look for people who keep their sore thoughts to themselves. At the end of the day, sometimes it feels good to let your grievance off your chest, but if you are going to express your negative sentiments, make sure you are doing it in a productive way. If something is bothering you, take the proper action to help eliminate or resolve this issue. And if you really have to express how you feel, just make sure to limit yourself to an allotted period of time for venting, and then move on. 10. Neglecting to smile. They cannot see your charming smile, but they can hear it in your tone. Even a job interview does not have to be completely serious, so smile a little. It may be at the top of the call as you welcome the individual, or during a charming comment meant to break the ice. No doubt, the voice changes when you smile, and your tone will become much more welcoming. 11. Interrupting them. It's especially easy for the conversation to overlap when calls are placed from a mobile device. You may not have the bad habit of talking over and interrupting others, but slight delays in the technology make it more likely to happen. Pause a moment before speaking to make sure the other person's thought is complete. It's not an easy habit to get into, but will save you from many awkward moments. 12. You tell long stories. Long-winded story can sink any first impression. If you ramble on for 20 minutes, people are going to lose interest. They are going to wonder why you are talking so much about yourself. Keep your stories brief and punchy. That way, you can get your point across without boring the other person. 13. Talking too much just to fill silent moments. This is something many people might do out of nervousness. After all, meeting someone new can be awkward. Their instinct would be to fill every quiet moment with a personal anecdote or whatever else comes to mind. Be careful, as this can lead to make the first mistake we mentioned on the list: oversharing and taking over the conversation. If you feel anxious about long silence, remember that they can be filled by asking the other side questions too. 14. Not taking care of your body language. You make your first impression, open someone quickly, within 7 to 30 seconds of meeting them. It's easier to make a good first impression than to correct a negative impression. A first impression is primarily dependent upon your nonverbal signals. To make a favorable first impression, you must use your body language to your advantage. For that, we advise you to match your words with your body language. If your words and body language send different messages, people will usually believe your body language. Be aware of possible incongruities and mismatches. Make sure your facial expressions match your words. With that, you need to pay attention to your posture, center your upper body over your hips, tuck in your stomach, and hold your shoulders back. Avoid commando posture. Avoid putting your hands on your hips or clasping your hands behind your head. This posture may convey disapproval, superiority, or arrogance to others. 15. Not presenting yourself appropriately. Most common mistakes that people do when it comes to first impression is not wearing the right outfit for the right place. Of course, physical appearance matters.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive all our news.
If you learned something new today, then give the video a like and tell us in comments which step you like it more. And here's some others great videos I think you will enjoy. Just click on the left or on the right.